Welcome to Brilliantly British. My name is Lawrence and today I'm going to show you how to make a gypsy tart. So as I show you how, please sit back, relax with a cup of tea in hand, putting those feet up too, and enjoy this episode. And don't forget to subscribe. Apparently developed by a charitable lady to feed hungry gypsy children, this tart, which originated from the Isle of Sheppey in the county of Kent, can be ranked among the sweetest, with treacle tart being another prime example. In this episode, with a few simple ingredients, we'll be sharing our recipe for a rich and sweet gypsy tart, followed by a customary session of tasting. So now, with the introductions made and your interest peaking, please allow me to introduce the ingredients to you. For today's Brilliantly British gypsy tart, you will need an egg, some white caster sugar, some dark Muscavado sugar, some evaporated milk, some plain white flour, some butter, some heavy whipping cream, a little pinch or two of salt, and that is all you will need for today's Brilliantly British gypsy tart. But please, before you get started, before you do anything at all, switch on your kettle, brew yourself a nice cup of hot tea so that you can sip on that whilst you bake. To begin preparing a gypsy tart in a suitably sized bowl, first combine flour, sugar and salt, followed by butter, using your fingertips to obtain a sand-like mixture, followed by the addition of an egg, which should contain a sufficient amount of water to form a ball of dough. Then, following on a well-floured surface, roll out the dough until large enough to tuck into and blanket your tart pan. You'll then want to take the time to properly line your pan and trim away any excess before resting in your fridge for 30 minutes, or better still, an hour. Now, with some spare time on your hands, it goes without saying that you should rehydrate and relax with some Brilliantly British content in hand, making sure to like and subscribe. Thank you. After taking a break, start by preheating your oven and then begin preparing the filling by first turning a dark Muscavado sugar into a bowl with a pinch of salt and condensed milk, which should be whisked thoroughly until most of the sugar and salt has dissolved. Then, following a pass through a sieve, having set the mixture to one side, recall your tart pan from your fridge and proceed by pricking the base and sides, thereafter lining with baking paper, weighed down with baking beans or rice in my case, covered with foil, which should then be baked blind for 15 minutes before uncovering and baking for a further 15-minute long stint. Following 2 initial stints of baking, recall your milk and sugar mixture and pour it into your pre-baked tart case before baking the tart once more to yield this rich yet modest looking tart. Once completely cool, the tart can be served. However, to balance out the sweetness, I recommend topping with cloud-like whipped cream and a few extra sprinkles of Muscavado sugar to garnish. So now, with a fresh gypsy tart made and your interest peaking, I think it's high time for tasting, tasting, tasting. Are you ready? Are you steady? 3, 2, 1. What is this thing? What is this? Let's just say, I actually feel if the added optional whipped cream wasn't on top of this tart, I would say the sweetness would be overpowering, overwhelming. But now that the cream's there, it's perfect. You cut through it and then you've got some resistance there because the crust is, as the name suggests, it's crusty, it's crispy, it's textured. But then when this thing goes into your mouth and comes in contact with your tongue, it just dissolves and melts. And then comes the flavor, the texture, the smoothness of it. The milk Muscavado sugar filling is outstanding. It's out of this world. It's depth in of itself. And then in contrast, you've got the cream. Whipped cream just makes everything better. And in this case, that is the case. Oh, it's fantastic. It really is. And the best thing about it, I've said this before and I'm going to say it again, with a cup of tea at hand, you can cleanse your palate and go straight in for another bite, which is exactly what I am about to do. Wonderful. I hope I've sold this to you. I really hope so, because I'm struggling for words. It's amazing. It's so simple. 2 ingredients, as you saw, went into the making of the filling of this, and the cream wasn't optional. Welcomed added extra. It's perfect. It is perfect. So look, my dear friends, my dear viewers, please, I insist, I'm beckoning you, go out, get the ingredients, make a Gypsy Tart of your own at home for your family, your friends and well-wishers. They will love you all the more for it. So please, make this tart, please. Thank you all for allowing me to show you how to make a Gypsy Tart. Knowing that you loved this episode, don't forget to click on the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification button so that you don't miss any of our new releases. Make sure you tell everyone, and I mean everyone, that you know about the Brilliantly British food on this channel, and follow us on all of the social media platforms that this channel is on. And I will see you